If you want to know where you can get the best deal in real estate right now, you've come to the right place. We're going to be talking about interest rates, prices, and some things about new construction that you might want to consider if you're looking at purchasing a place here in the Salt Lake City metro. My name's Cody Steck, your favorite Utah realtor. I'm a realtor here in Utah who makes YouTube videos talking about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, and play here along the Wasatch Front and across the entire state of Utah. Whether you're looking at northern Utah or southern Utah, my team and I service the entire state, and we'd love to help you in your journey. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please reach out to me, call, text, or email me anytime. My information's here on the screen. I would love to hear from you. Like I said, we've already had 1,000 people reach out over the last couple of years from videos just like this, and I cannot wait to hear from you as well. With that being said, we're going to talk about interest rates and actually some things that are coming around with new construction that can provide a lot of opportunity out there in the market. I'm actually starting to get more and more emails every single day from builders who are wanting to move product, especially the bigger builders who have the volume and are in the game of selling lots of houses for a little margin rather than one or two homes for a very big margin. I'm starting to see more and more emails come across featuring 3.99% interest rate, 4.49%, 5.99%, all these different interest rates. And of course, there's a lot of fluctuation. It depends on the community that you're going to be looking at to determine what type of interest rate you might be able to get. Let's jump into my screen here and take a look at this. This is looking at the 30-year fixed mortgage rate over the last year. So this is last year. This time last year, we were sitting at right around 8%. It was pretty brutal. Things were very, very high. It was very, very expensive to purchase a home. It still is, but it's getting better, right? We came down here to about 6.8, back up to about 7.4, 7.5. We did fall all the way down recently here to about 6, low 6% range here in September, but have since jumped back up to about 6.5%. So, well, I think pretty much everybody's kind of expecting these rates to fall just slightly here in the next couple of weeks. I think there's some pre-election fear. There's a lot of people feeling like there's uncertainty in the market, and this has actually caused interest rates to jump up because that last jobs report that we got was so strong. It actually caused a lot of fear in the market that interest rates maybe are not coming down. If you've been watching my videos for a while, this is something I've been saying. I think everybody's a little bit too optimistic about interest rates coming down. The economy's still doing very well. Housing prices are up. Stock market's at all-time highs. Unemployment is at all-time lows. The U.S. is still, and frankly, in a very good position. Unless something crazy happens that hits us out of left field, I don't think there's going to be any major crashes that come to the market anytime soon. However, I also don't think that we can be in a position where interest rates can just come back down to where they were, right? Everybody's experienced the inflation that we had over the last couple of years, and it's been absolutely brutal. Everything is just crazy expensive now. And if interest rates come back down, if we see interest rates go back to 5%, 4%, heaven forbid they go below that. I don't think they will. But if they did, there's a very, very high likelihood we would just see more inflation come into the market. So my personal belief, I actually think that interest rates are in a pretty decent spot. They're a little bit high, but I think they could come down. I would say ultimately for this market, where I would love to see them is somewhere between 5.5% to 6% on this graph here, right? We're looking at 6.5 or so. So we're about 0.5% over. Now that is going to give you a range of potential interest rates that you might secure on a home, right? If you're going out there, you're financing a home, you're going to be looking at an interest rate. Maybe even if we are sitting at the prime rate being somewhere between 5.5 to 6, you could get in the low 5% range if you're looking and you've got great credit, great income, low debt to income ratio. If all of your financial statistics and information looks really good, you're going to get the best rate possible, and you could even be in the low 5% range here in the next couple of months. Personally, I think it'll probably take 6 to 9 months to get down that low, but I do think that we'll probably see the rates come down just a hair. Not a drop low, let's say, but definitely we're going to see them come down just a little bit. So when it comes to new construction, I think there's actually a huge opportunity. If you're looking for a low interest rate, new construction is going to be the place that you can find it. Yes, you can negotiate a buy down of the interest rate where effectively you pay money up front in order to get a lower interest rate on your loan. You can do that on any existing home that's out there. Either you can pay for it as the buyer or the seller could pay for it if you ask them to and if they agree. That is something you can do on existing homes, but new construction is the only place that you're going to find reduced interest rates right off the bat, or you're going to find massive closing costs. When it comes to new construction, builders are very hesitant to drop their pricing. As soon as they start dropping price for one person, they lose the flexibility ability to sell more homes in that neighborhood to other buyers for the same price, right? If you've got a house at 500,000 and all of a sudden they sell it to somebody for 480, well, then the next person wants to come in and pay 480. But if the market softens a little bit, then that next person's going to want to pay 470, right? And then you quickly lose a lot of margin when it comes down to that. And honestly, a lot of the big builders are working on pretty thin margins, probably 8 to 15% in most cases. So if they drop the price even just a couple of percentage points, it almost makes it not even worth it for them at that point. So a lot of builders are hesitant to drop price and they offer incentives instead. Again, I want to show you this here. This is actually from Leonard. I don't even know how you say it. I say it both ways sometimes. It just kind of depends on what comes out. But this is one of the bigger national builders. This is an email I got just this is actually a couple months ago, 4.625% FHA on townhomes from the mid 300s. So this is a promotional fixed rate offer that they had. This was in Parkway Fields in Eagle Mountain. So a pretty decent area, but a place that Leonard said, hey, we want to sell these properties. We are willing to offer an immense buy down on your FHA loan down to 4.625%. So that's pretty massive, especially from a couple months ago. Interest rates were still elevated at that time. So seeing 4.625% is honestly pretty amazing. At these prices, it definitely does make it more appealing and more affordable at that entry level price. Let's go ahead and cancel out of that. We've got another one here. This is actually also from Leonard. This is from just 12 days ago. This is their blowout sale, right? So now they're offering a promotional FHA fixed rate of 3.99% for these couple of townhomes that they have remaining in Heber City. So it looks like they're trying to close out this particular neighborhood and they just want to move these homes. So they've dropped the price pretty substantially. It sounds like they're just trying to get out, and they've also given people the opportunity to lock in at 3.99% on an FHA loan. So that's pretty amazing. Honestly, Leonard has so much money and they're such a big company that they have a lot of pull, they have a lot of leverage when it comes to going out there and sourcing money and sourcing funds to then cover this reduced interest rate, right? It's still got to make sense for them, but it's much easier to fluctuate on the interest rate day to day or week to week, right? They can offer 3.99 today and then tomorrow they're offering 4.99 if they see a big spike in demand. So it makes it much easier. It's a much more fluid thing to offer. Now, last one I want to show you here. This is actually from another builder that's in our area. This is actually from Arrive Homes. They're offering 5.5% fixed interest rate. This is as of October 4th. Rates were currently at about 6%, low 6% range during that time. But again, 0.5% is pretty substantial. If you go and type this into a mortgage calculator at $900,000, if you can get an interest rate that's a little bit lower, this is going to save you a couple $100s per month just from that difference in interest. So yes, it is still a $4,000 payment with 25% down, but that's much better than $5,000 payment, I guess, for somebody looking in this price range. So as you go up in price, obviously the more you borrow, the more it's going to cost you on a monthly basis. But still, even with homes like this, you're actually in a position where yes, you are going to be subject to different areas, different locations. You may not have a ton to choose from, but if you're looking for an opportunity, if you're looking for a low interest rate, this could be the best bet for you. You can get this at entry-level homes, you can get it at mid-priced homes, and even luxury homes like we're talking about here. I've been starting to see more and more higher end buyers come into the market. I've had a lot of you guys reaching out to me as well saying, hey Cody, I'm looking for this type of home. Stock market's doing great. I'm in a good position at work. Things are looking good and I want to make a move onto this type of property. So yes, homes are still selling. We're going to be having a market update here again in a couple of weeks. Hopefully you catch the one that we released last week. We're going to release another one here in a couple of weeks showing you what's happening as we go into the election. We've really seen things slow down the last couple of weeks, but yes, homes still are moving if they're competitively priced, in a good neighborhood, and in good condition. So man, we covered a lot here today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to reach out to me, call, text, or email me anytime. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I've had over 1,000 people now reach out to me from videos just like this over the last couple of years, and it absolutely blows my mind. So thank you so much for watching the videos. Thank you so much for trusting me with this information. Hopefully it was valuable for you. If it was, reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Call, text, or email me anytime. And with that said, catch you in the next one.